What's up guys, it's Jake here, and today we're going to be checking out the iPhone SE 2020. Okay guys, so as you can see, we do have the iPhone 8, SE. It's basically an iPhone 8, but it does have the upgraded A13 processor, and you can't forget they moved the Apple logo down to the middle, which makes a huge difference. But anyway, we are going to be comparing the iPhone 8 Plus that I do have here to this iPhone SE 2020. So let's get started. Okay guys, so as you can see, if we do head over to the Antutu benchmark, let's open that up. Can allow while using the app. Then as you can see here, looks like there is an ad, so we can get rid of that. Alright, so now let's start testing. It will first do the GPU. So as you can see, it is going through the GPU test right now. And so then I will speed this up. So both phones do seem to be handling it pretty well. The iPhone SE 2020 is a bit ahead, only because I think I started it a second ahead. I don't expect this to be a huge difference just because the iPhone SE basically is an iPhone 8 with the upgraded CPU. So the CPU will definitely get a way better score, but I'm not sure about if they did update the graphics or not, but my guess is it will be the same. These phones are actually pretty cool right now, so I'll leave them be, but they actually aren't heating up too bad at the moment. Okay, so the GPU has completed on the iPhone SE, so now it's going to go onto the memory RAM speed. And now it looks like the iPhone 8 Plus has also just finished. If you do notice, it does say unknown at the top, meaning that this phone is so new that Antutu actually hasn't updated their software for this phone, which is kind of interesting. So hopefully that won't matter too much with the scores, but we will see. So right now it is doing the memory, so then after that it will do the CPU. Okay, so the iPhone 8 is now on the CPU test. So this is where it should really pull ahead because it does have the A13 versus the iPhone 8 does not. So I'm interested to see this, and also will do a Geekbench test after, as well as like a 3D rendering one too. So the iPhone SE 2020 is now on the user experience part of the test. And it looks like the iPhone 8 Plus just did join that as well. Okay, so we do have our iPhone SE score. So it does look like it is 447,288 is our total score. And our CPU is 146,711. And the GPU is 168,525. The memory is 55,509, and then the user experience is 76,543, and our iPhone 8 Plus scores also just came in. And also I just realized at the top here it does now say iPhone SE 2, even though it's still the SE but 2020 edition. Anyway, the iPhone 8 Plus scores look like, so it has the total score of 279,849, which is a big difference compared to this iPhone SE 2. Not quite double, but it is very close. So the CPU has a total of 95,627. The GPU has a total of 93,578. The memory has a total of 42,763, and the user experience has a total of 47,881. Once again, these will all be displayed up on the screen, but these are the final scores for Antutu, and the iPhone SE definitely just crushed the iPhone 8 Plus. So let's head over now to Geekbench. Let's first close out the Antutu. So now we're going to be using Geekbench 5 Pro. So let's start off with the CPU benchmark. We'll leave everything on default and we'll run the benchmark. So once again, I will speed this up. So as you can see, the iPhone 8 Plus screen did just dim. When there's so much power running through it during these benchmarks, these screens do tend to dim. Okay, so our CPU results are in for this iPhone SE 2, and our 8 Plus scores should be coming in any second. Our single core score is 1,333, the multi-core score is 2,271, and then on the iPhone 8 Plus, the single core score is 927, and the multi-core score is 2,258. Do remember this is just the CPU, so now let's go back, and we will now run the compute benchmark. So let's run the benchmark, and once again, I will speed this up for you guys. Okay, so our iPhone SE 2 score just came in. So the middle score is 6,849. Okay, so the middle score is below half. The score is 3,290. So that is the middle score for the iPhone 8 Plus. So it does not look like Geekbench is fully updated, because as you can see here, we do have the Apple A11 Bionic, and over here we do have the ARM. So it doesn't look like it's updated yet, which may be the reason why these scores were, at least on this phone, were pretty low. Because on the iPhone 11 Pro series and the iPhone 11, these scores are way higher. So maybe they do have some updates to do. Okay, so now if we do go to our last benchmark, this is called 3D Mark Slingshot. Again, this does not know what device it is, but let's try to run the test. So here we go. And once again, I will speed this up. Okay, so it does look like for the results, the Slingshot Extreme is 3,015 on the iPhone SE 2, and on the iPhone 8 Plus it is 2,254. Okay guys, so now we are going to be doing an audio test. So let's play the intro to one of my videos. This is the only 10 iOS 13 jailbreak tweaks, which will be up in the iCard and also linked down in the description. guys? Jake here, and today we're on the second to last episode of the tweak series, and we're going to be checking out only 10 iOS 13 jailbreak tweaks. So that was the iPhone 8 Plus audio, and so now we're going to be testing the iPhone SE 2020 edition audio. What's up guys, Jake here, and today we're on the second to last episode of the tweak series, and we're going to be checking out only 10 iOS 13 jailbreak tweaks. So personally, I do think the iPhone SE 2020 definitely does sound better, in my opinion. Just has more like clarity to it, and I think it overall sounds better. I think the loudness, this may be like a little bit louder, but it's mostly the same. So that is the audio test. Now for speed, with all of the apps cleared out, we are going to open some of the stock apps as well as a couple of extra apps, just opening the benchmark apps a couple of times and toggling off some control center tweaks as well. So let's jump into that. Okay, so first let's just hop into the calendar app. So if we open the calendar, it looks like it was about the same time. I couldn't really tell, but once we slow it down, should be able to tell a little bit more. Let's try this app one more time. 1, 2, 3. Looks like it did load quicker on this iPhone this time. So let's head into another app. Let's launch the camera app. That looks like the iPhone SE. Let's try it one more time. Definitely the iPhone SE was definitely quicker. Let's try the weather app. Looks like the iPhone SE. One more time. Definitely the iPhone SE. Let's do the settings app. That was pretty close. I do think the iPhone SE pulled ahead a little bit. Let's try it one more time. iPhone SE by far, that was definite. It's usually when I'm opening the apps for the first time, when they have the notifications, it slows it down a bit. But other than that, this phone does seem to be pulling ahead and opening up apps first. So let's open the Antutu benchmark. And it looks like it did load quicker on the iPhone 8 Plus. Now this does not have ads popping up. Okay, so let's try Geekbench. Looks like the iPhone 8 Plus opened up quicker. I don't think these apps are really optimized for this phone, so that may be why. Slingshot, looks like the iPhone SE did open up a bit quicker. Now let's try some control center toggles. Let's do airplane mode. About the same. Let's try turn it off. Now let's try what that was about the same, but now we can try Wi-Fi. Exact same. Again, pretty much the same. Now let's do Bluetooth. Again, about the same. Same with Do Not Disturb. So they both seem to be pretty quick. The iPhone SE definitely does open some of the apps a bit quicker, and it will also be supporting more iOS updates in the future, whereas the iPhone 8 may stop receiving updates within the next 2 years. Okay guys, so that about wraps up this test between the iPhone SE 2 2020 and the iPhone 8 Plus. So it looks like the iPhone SE 2020 definitely is faster, and you can decide for yourself whether you think the camera quality is any better, but it's about the same. And whether the audio is better, I think the audio is definitely better on this. And battery life, this will probably take it as well, but it's for you to find out, so I would definitely recommend the iPhone SE 2020 edition. Once again, this goes for $399 over on Apple.com. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that like button. You can ignore the button that's right next to it. But right below that, you do want to hit the subscribe button, and to the right of that, there is a little bell icon. Make sure to hit that so you do receive notifications when I do upload. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one.